Let's take a look at how you would change the shape and or size of a feature in CAM 350. There's several ways to do this. First one is a global change, and you would do that through the aperture list. So if I go down here to the Decode table down across the bottom, I can hit Edit Aperture, and I can go to a particular item. I've already been working with this particular item right here. So it's still highlighted over here, and if I wanted to change the size of it, I could just simply come in here and enter a new size. Or change the shape if I wanted to. Here's all your different shapes. When I say enter that and say OK, as you can see, it's made that particular item a different size. Another way to do it would be to edit the decode itself and substitute a different decode. So instead of just changing the shape and size of the aperture, I'm going to substitute a different decode in that location. So again, I'm going to bring up the aperture list, and I'm going to add a new shape here, and let's stick with the oblong shape. And let's add just so we'll see it real well, let's make it really small. Let's make it 10 by 30. Okay, so we've got a small shape in there, and we'll say OK to that. And now I'm going to use the Home Decode option to change those. Okay, now I can do a single select just by clicking on an item. And then it says down here at the bottom, you always want to pay attention to this, right button to change. And then I can go pick our new size. Or I can do a window select and select a bunch of items. And then right button, and then again, choose the feature I want to change it to. The other thing I can do is use decode filtering to select my items. So we know that this shape that we're changing is decode 46. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go over here to the selection filter and decodes. And let's just make this a little bit bigger. Okay, clear selection. We're going to turn the D46 on, and now we're going to hit a select all. And it's only going to select all of the D46 on this particular layer. Then we're going to choose our new one, and it's changed all of them, okay? And I think there's a few more here and some over here as well. So everywhere that was used on this particular layer. So that's another way of doing it, and doing groups of them at one time. And lastly, there's a tool called Overundersize. And it's under the Tools ribbon and Overundersize. We can actually take this, maybe create a new layer, and then do an oversize or an undersize by a certain amount. We can also do it in conjunction with that filter if we wanted to. So select things to be included or select things to not be included. By default, it selects everything. And if we do a select all, what it's basically done is taking this solder mask top, increased it 6 mils, and created this layer 23. So it did everything at one time. So those are 3 different ways of changing shape and size in CAM 3.